Hi, welcome everyone. It is day 2, busting the myths of business. Welcome to this free challenge. So yesterday, if you missed it, we did the first day, busting the myths of business. We covered time. Today, we're going to cover money. And I'm giving like a general kind of synopsis of some of the key things that stand out for me, but I could talk all day about business, and there's so much in creating your own business that you learn along the way. So this is really just like getting you started, getting you over some of the myths around business so you're not discouraged from creating a business, and so that you don't give up on you and you don't quit on you. So today we're going to talk about money. A lot of people kind of like sex and relationship think money and business go together. Like if I create a business, money is just going to be there. And that's not the case. Lots of people don't actually succeed with their businesses because they don't actually have financial clarity. So being financially clear with your numbers, with money, is essential for you to have a profitable business. Just because you have a business doesn't mean you're going to make money. You have to take the action and get present with your finances if you would like to create a profitable business. And I know that this can sound scary to a lot of people at the beginning, especially if you're like me, you're starting from scratch. You don't know anything about business. You don't know anything about paying taxes or making money or paying people or profit. But what I would say is you don't need to know it right now. You don't need to know everything. Just start. And as you get started, you will learn as you go. Nobody knows it before they start. Even people like I went to college, I did a 4-year degree in business studies, and I still knew nothing about business and creating my own business, because college doesn't prepare you to create your own business or to go out in the world and actually be successful. All my college course, and I mean, maybe other people have different experiences with education, but mine was just filling me up with information I never really was going to use past learning it for a test, and wasn't actually practical stuff I needed in the world. So everything I learned from business, I learned it as I went. With finances, I learned a lot about getting financially clear from the Joy of Business classes. Joy of Business is a specialty class of access consciousness, and there's a lot of very practical, easy tools in that class, in these classes, and I started applying them right away. One of the first ones that I used was getting clear on what it costs you to live. So number one, getting clear on your finances. A lot of people have accountants, so they're like, okay, it's fine. You know, my accountant takes care of all that. But to have a look at it, it's the same thing as like saying, oh, I hire a team, but then I don't be present in my business. You have to still be present with your finances, even if you have an accountant, even if you have a bookkeeper. You want to know yourself personally, how much money do you have coming in every week? How much money do you have going out? What does it cost you to run your life? And what does it cost you to run your business? When you have an idea of that, now you can start looking at, okay, am I making more money than I'm spending? If I'm making more money than I'm spending, I'm creating wealth. If I'm spending more than I'm making, I'm creating debt. And you want to look at creating a profitable business, and that will take time. You can create a profitable business in increments over time if you start getting present with your finances. So that's number one. So the first thing I did was in the Joy Business classes and in the Business Done Different classes. So the Joy Business is like the name of the specialty. And then people confuse this a lot. So I just want to clarify. Joy Business is the name of the specialty. It's the book specialty class. It's the book that Simone Molasses wrote, who's the founder of Joy Business. And then in those classes, which one of the classes is like the master class for business, it's called Business Done Different. And you get a whole manual full of energetics and pragmatics. Energetics of creating a business matched with pragmatics, practical stuff about creating a business. When I'm talking to you about the money stuff here right now, that's pragmatic, practical stuff, knowing what it costs to run your life. What I did is I got the Excel sheet that they gave out to me in that class, and I added it to my Google Drive, And every couple of days, I would go into that Google sheet, like that Excel sheet on my Google Drive, and I would fill in how much money I made in the last few days, what expenses I had, put in my gas, put in my rent, put in all the payments I had. And at the end of every week, I would balance it out. And at the end of every month, balance it out. And then at the end of every month, I could see what I have coming in, what I have coming out, how much money I made that month, how much money I spent. And what it got me to see was a lot of times in my head, I didn't think I was making a lot of money, or I thought I wasn't working or doing anything. And usually when I went to that sheet, I saw, oh, I actually did make more money than I thought I did. And it also got me to see where I was making a lot of money, but my expenses were high. And that doesn't mean I have to go and then start budgeting. But what it can mean, which leads me to tool number 2 with money, is outcreating yourself. So a big myth with business is you need to cut back. You need to like spend less. And yes, be aware of how you're spending and how you're using your money, but at the same time, always be willing to outcreate. So outcreate yourself. So getting complacent in your business, like this is how much money I make. If you're actually willing to outcreate yourself, you're always looking at, okay, what else can I create? And when you're outcreating yourself, money shows up as a byproduct of your creation. So when you stay enthused in your business, and this is number 3, money follows joy. So when there's something that you love to do, money shows up. So what are the ideas you have that you want to put out in the world that enthuse you? What are the things that are fun for you? Like, is it fun for you to teach classes? Is it fun for you to see clients? Is it fun for you to sell products? What kind of products is it fun for you to sell? What products are you excited about at the moment? Like, whatever you're enthused about, people will be drawn to that. And that is such an invitation for money to show up, because money will show up as a byproduct of your enthusiasm and of your joy of creation. And that's where you get to constantly outcreate yourself. So what can you choose today to start outcreating yourself right away? And that's why I have created the 10 days of energy pulls, which we have starting. We're going to start it next Monday. I think we're going to push it out a week. But it's outcreating yourself with money and business. Because so much what we do is we get to these completion points where we're like, okay, this is how much money I make. This is how many people I have in my classes. This is what I have going on. And we stop outcreating ourselves. We stop going beyond where we currently have. And then we start destroying our business. We start destroying our creations. We start destroying our money. So having a clear, circling back to item number 1 on our list, getting clear on your finances, having a clear outlook of what your current income is and your current expenses are, and knowing that every month gives you a clearer indicator of, okay, am I actually increasing my income every month, or am I decreasing? Am I increasing my expenses every month, and decreasing my income? Like, what's actually going on? What patterns am I taking with my financial reality right now? And how is that showing up in my business? Do you notice how some months you do really well in your business, and then other months you go way down? Why is that? What conclusion do you come to? What stop point do you come to in your business when you're like, okay, I'm doing good? You stop outcreating yourself. So what if you could always be looking at, okay, I created this. How does it get any better? Now, what would it take to outcreate myself? Not from the judgment of it's not good enough, from the joy of outcreation. Like, how much fun could it be seeing your business grow and expand every week, every month? What if you didn't have to decay? And you may have ebbs and flows in your business where some weeks you're busier, some weeks you're quieter. And that's not wrong either, but that's where you have the outlook of your 6 to 12 months of your finances, so you can see on a whole, are you progressing? And are you starting to create profit? And it doesn't have to be a lot of profit, but you want to look at, if you want to be a sustainable business, you have to start creating some kind of profit, even if it's 1%, 2%, 5% profit. So a lot of businesses actually fail after 5 years because they don't actually look at creating profit. They're just looking at getting by. And that's not a sustainable long-term business. So number one, getting clear on your finances, getting clear on what you have coming in and coming out, getting clear on the patterns in your finances. And if you really have a lot of blocks up to that, I highly suggest some of the Business Done Different classes, because that class, we're actually clearing the implanted points of views you have around business and money that doesn't allow you to be present, and then giving you the pragmatics of it also, the tools to apply so you can get yourself set up for success. So that's getting clear on your finances, out creating yourself, and then money follows joy, finding out, looking at what enthuses you, putting what you enthuse out into the world, and allowing money to show up as a side effect, a byproduct of your creations. And then I'm going to give you one other tool. I have a lot of tools, but I can't give them all in this video, so I'll try to give you the top. And there's no top ones, they're all amazing, but the ones that pop right now. So a 10% honoring account. A lot of you might have heard of this if you've done a foundation class, if you've done some other classes. If you haven't started a 10% honoring account, that is amazing for increasing your ability to receive money. It's where you take 10% of everything you have come in and you put it away. It's an honoring of you account. You don't spend the money. It's your way of saying to the universe, I'm willing to have money. It's also your way of showing you that you can have money. Most of us have not been taught to have money, to receive money. We've been taught to give it away, spend it, get rid of it, use it for something. We're not taught to have money just to have it. No reason for having it. You just have money. It's not a savings account. It's not to be used on something else someday. It's not for you to put into something else. It's for you. It's so you get to really be willing to have money. And the more you do your 10%, the more your receiving increases, because you're really saying to the universe, you're showing you and the universe, I am willing to have money. And if you haven't, so then the second part of the honoring account is you start off with doing one for you. So it's an honoring of me. You're saying to the universe, I honor me. Then if you have a business, do a 10% honoring for the business. So then you also have that honoring account for the business. So the business is honored. The business is willing to have money. So now with the 10% honoring for you, you're showing you and the universe, I'm willing to have money. With the 10% honoring for the business, you're getting the business to honor, you're honoring the business, saying, I honor the business now is willing to have money. Because like I just said, so many businesses within the first 5 years fail because they're not willing to have money. They're not willing to make profit. They don't get present with their finances. They don't look at creating profit. They're actually not willing to have profit, have money sitting there. They fail. So are you willing? So number one, are you willing to have money? And then number two, are you willing to allow the business to have money? How much, when you have money come into the business, do you need to spend it right away? Do you need to pay someone and do this and do that? You will need to do those things when you have a business. But if you do a 10% honoring to the business first, you're saying, okay, I'm going to honor the business first, and then I'm going to pay everyone. And if I can't honor the business and pay everyone, I'm not making enough money. I have to look at outcreating myself and creating greater and creating more. And that's what keeps you outcreating yourself, keeps you reaching for more, keeps you going beyond your limitations and your maybe comfort points. Like, it's comfortable making such amount of money a month, knowing I can pay my rent and have enough for paying people, and then I have just enough to get by. 10% honoring account will start to increase your receiving with the business and also allow the business to make money. Give it a go. See what shows up. Let me see. I have the Business Done Different. So this is the Business Done Different manual. I am going to be doing this class in June, the beginning of June, online, the second week in June, online. If any of you are ready to invest in your business and get out of your own way in business, this is an incredible class. The manual is so thick. So it's 4 days online, but so, and you're invited. Anyone's invited if you're ready for it. So 10 things that I'm just going to read a little piece from the Business Done Different manual, and then I'm going to let you go. So 10 things that will make money come and come and come. Number 1, ask questions that invite money. So every day ask the business, hey business, can you show me how we can increase revenue today? What would it take to have unexpected revenue show up today? What would it take to increase the profit in the business today? How many more ideas do I have that can bring me revenue? Know exactly how much you needed to live. So we talked about that earlier, getting clear on your finances. Be willing to have money. That starts with doing your 10%. Do what you love and it brings you joy. Be aware of what you think, say, and do. So even when you say, okay, I made lots of money last month. I did great last month. We do this thing where we complete something. So we're like, okay, I did great last month. And then we stop creating. And I talked about this a little bit already. That's where we stop creating because we're like, I'm good. And then the following month, you don't really create much at all because you already decided you're good. You already came to like a conclusion and a stop point in your business. Staying in the question of, okay, I created this. I had this much money show up this month. How does it get any better? Now, what else can I create? What would it take to out-create myself? And that's why I keep talking lately about out-creating yourself in business and money. And then stop being vested in the outcome. So not being vested in the outcome allows whatever you're asking for to show up. If you're vested in the outcome, when what you're asking for shows up, how it shows up, the way it's supposed to show up, how many people should be in your class, how many clients you should have, it makes it so much harder to receive when you're invested in the outcome. You have already set up an expectation and a projection. The universe can't deliver to you, your business can't deliver to you, people can't show up for you because you are too much in control. You're trying to control everything. And then that's the next one, be willing to be out of control. And a lot of you know I have the 365 days of out of control group on Facebook, which hopefully I have time to jump on right after this and do out of control today. If you're not in there, jump in there. Be willing to get out of control, to be out of control. Not being vested in the outcome is the willingness to be out of control. You don't have to figure it all out. You don't have to get it right. You are not wrong. Let go of control. And that's a big one for all of us. I think that was the last one. Okay. The last one was have allowance, which I talked about yesterday too. So have allowance for you. When I first started trying to get present with my finances, I was like freaking out. And even when I first started to do my 10%, I had so much resistance to it. But having allowance for you just allows whatever is there to come up. Like when I first started doing my 10%, I just allowed all the insanity to be there. I would be putting $10 into my 10% and I'd have all this stuff about how was I going to afford everything and how was I going to pay for this? And I sat with it and I had allowance for it. And then I looked at it and I was like, wow, this is a lot of limited points of views and insanity I have around money. Now, what's it going to take to change this? And that's that space of allowance. Allow what's there. Allow the resistance. Allow the insanity. Don't resist it. And then look at it and be like, okay, how can I change this? What's it going to take for me to have a different reality with this? Be kind to you. Number 1, always be kind to you, no matter how insane you are. All right, guys. Love you, adore you. That is it for today. I'm going to be back tomorrow. And tomorrow we're going to do, I think we're going to do marketing. Maybe. Let me know. If you have any special requests for tomorrow, let me know. And maybe we could do systems. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to post the link to the Business Done Different class that's starting in June, if any of you are interested in that. It is more of a financial commitment. So if you're ready to invest in you and your business, have a look at it, ask some questions, ask what would it create for your life, your body, your business 100 years from now, if you chose this. And then I have something that's a lot less money, 10 days of energy pulls to out-create yourself in business and money. was supposed to start this Monday, but we might be pushing the date out a week. So you're also welcome to jump on that. Energy pulls are what we play with every day to really just get the energy flowing in our business and our financial reality. Okay. All right. Bye for now.